and welcome to Herp A Derp, a podcast about breaking the stigma on herpes and empowering the community. I'm your host, Erin DeVos. As always, you can review my episodes on YouTube, Anchor, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find the link to the channel on the podcast's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter page at Herp A Derp Podcast. Thanks! Hey Herp A Derpers! Today I am kind of going freestyle in this episode. I really hope you were enjoying the podcast episode with Zen, Love Bumps. It's something that her story is just so inspiring that it makes me want to, share more stories. And if you're interested, please definitely message me at Herp A Derp Podcast or herpaderppodcast@gmail.com for anything that you'd like to share on your mind in terms of a story. And if you would like to come on the podcast and share, something about sharing our stories makes us feel that much more empowered and that much more confident in ourselves with how we want to be in our lives. And by that, in the sense that when Zen and I had chatted, she really brought into perspective of how much I went through and what she went through and what a lot of us went through. Really need support when we are pre-diagnosed and post-diagnosed, because when we feel so alone, like we really self-manipulate, self-doubt anything in our lives. And it really had brought me back to that moment of how I had really overcome and how Zen overcome and many and millions of others have overcome, and some people who I've interviewed on this podcast too, to really talk about it. And so it's just such a powerful feeling, and I hope one day that you are able to share. So that's my little beginning pitch there for the beginning of this episode. And to kind of tailor into and segue is the fact today in this episode, I really wanted to be specific about support groups. Since I had moved, I have been, really stuck in the sense of finding a sense of community and those who I can talk to about my herpes diagnosis. It's really hard meeting people in such a new city. And by the way, Herp A Derpers, I'm moving again, and I'm moving back to New England, and I'm really excited about that. And it is going to be another change, another move, another adjustment, but I definitely will feel more in alignment. So definitely stay tuned, and that's why you see the changes in the Herp A Derp logoing and such like that. It's just, wanting to feel fresh in what is to come of my another new next step, but also to be on that fresh outlook for all of you. I think it's really exciting to kind of see these changes and the seasons of change in my life. And one thing that I really wanted to emphasize about again is just the idea and, emphasis of being in a support group, how you're able to kind of find those people who, have herpes or other STIs, and they're dealing with that same struggle, the same stigma, but we all are rising above it, and we are all open to talking about it as well. And since being where I currently am outside of DC, I found this group just a few weeks ago, and unfortunately I can't say the name, but definitely look into the support groups and how to find them, and I will explain that as well in this episode. But when I had went to this event, it was very open. It was people of all different ages, all different backgrounds, all different stories. And it was amazing to be able to connect with everyone and everyone to really share their stories and be open and honest and have no shame around it. Like, we were all just so open with one another, and I know I keep saying that because it's so true, and that's so heartwarming, that's so reassuring to have people who really understand you and to really find that outlet of support that maybe you're parents, friends, or even some allies I've kind of yet to understand. But I want you to all understand that this is so important in the type of healing process, is to be able to speak and communicate about it. It is something that I can't get over enough. And, it's kind of ways to find these support groups is to really look for them. Like, I wish I could name a few, just because I know they are private and I want to respect that, and I know I'm not able to say that, but I really think if you look into, the Google, or even, even the Google, just to peruse around and try to find those support groups, because unfortunately a lot of these are hidden, and a lot of these really are hidden just for the respect of privacy and for people really not knowing. There are secret Facebook groups, there are Twitter chats, there are chat rooms to even talk about this. And, to really find like your type of outlet will really go so far in terms of like the healing process and how you want to heal and how you want to talk about herpes. Like, I met these two individuals at this specific event, and we just hit it off right off the bat, and it was truly something I hadn't felt since moving here, and can't get over enough how much that really made me feel, to feel that connection, and for two people to be around my age and such like that. And I really was able to just be myself, and that's something I really hadn't felt in a while since moving in this area. And I'm really sad to go. I really am, because I really want to be there for them, to keep being a friend that I had started off being for them, and also the friends and folks that I had met here too. But I know that I really have to do what's best for me and the type of career I want, and to be in New England again will be truly something of a blessing to have back in my life, to be close to family and friends, like as much as I had loved and experienced where I am in DC, and I truly do love the city, but there's something that has been calling me to go back home. And I just want all my listeners to understand that go after what you want, go after what you believe and what you deserve in, that is best for your life, and try to not live without regret, because sometimes it can put us in a fear space and such a negative mindset to really try to bounce back and recover from. And I really want to share this episode as, support groups. Yes, they're very important, but also finding the support within your own network as well, and to really go after it. It's very much a full circle for me these past few months, just really thinking about what I really want and the type of people I really want to see myself and be around in. It's going to be sad, like you can kind of hear in my voice, which I feel bad that I'm kind of emphasizing like this, but change is a good thing, and change is something that you are doing for yourself to better yourself, because you always want to be the best version of yourself, and keep believing that you're going to be, and that, herpes does not define who you are, but you are about what your life is about, and you have the power to change and do anything what is all means necessary to do it. And by that, don't say that you do it by yourself, but you have the help of others. You have the help of others, and I will emphasize that, because I would not be where I am outside of DC. I would not be where I'm going to be outside of Boston without the support of friends, family, and even the support groups I've been a part of, and the amazing people that I've been meeting along this journey of life. And I just really hope for the best, that things will really come and really pan out the way they are. Herp A Derp will still be here, so no worries on that. But just know that there's going to be transitions in life, there's seasons in life, and there's really some things that we really have to think about for ourselves, and really sit down and what we want to do to our day-to-day, the mindset we want to be day-to-day, and the mindfulness that we can bring into understanding others day to day. It's very much a beautiful life is a thing that we all are living and thriving to be the most and to really find those Herp A Derp moments, those moments that we are really ready to rise above in those hiccups in life. The hiccups in life are there for us to bring that sudden awareness and the means of what we must do to really take care of ourselves. And I love you all, Herp A Derpers, so much. And I know what I'm going through is the growing pains of life. It's the roaring mid-20s. And I'm so happy that you guys are able to listen to this episode to kind of help me hear where I'm coming from. And maybe you're going through the same thing too. Like, you are not alone in this. Whether we are trying to figure out what to do, like, after we have been diagnosed, to getting the motivation to get up and move again. We are all in this together, and we are not alone. And the fact that we have so many supportive people out there who are our cheerleaders, being there for us and what we are wanting to do in our lives, and there for every step of the way without judgment, and are there to give us love. And that is all we need. Thank you, Herp A Derpers, for kind of listening to this off-grid episode and really the importance of support groups. Again, please feel free to reach out to me if you're interested in finding a support group. I'm happy to provide that because these are secret groups, but I'm happy to share through you privately and to get the support that you really need for yourself. So definitely take care of yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Please. We are all in this together. I love you all so much.
As always, feel free to share or comment on this podcast episode through YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or email at herpaderpodcast@gmail.com. Anchor listeners can now leave voicemail messages after listening to the podcast episode to get those deep reflections. It's super fun to do and share your thoughts.